Welcome to Kansas City Stars Hockey and tonight's Mid-America High School Hockey League game between the Kansas City Stars and the Rockhurst Hawklets. Good evening, everybody. My name is Rob Plamondon, and I'll bring you all the play-by-play. Well, the Stars come into this game having not lost in their last 6 outings, and they hope to extend that here this weekend against Rockhurst tonight and then a game tomorrow afternoon against the St. Joseph Griffins. Rockhurst come to this game, they're struggling. They're pulling up not quite the rear of the league standings, but coming to this game with a record of 1 win and 7 losses. They're led by their captain, Jack Korntager, who leads the team with 6 goals, followed by Caden Callahan, who scored 4 goals. They're the top scorers for the Hawklets, and they're the 2 players you really got to try to control and prevent from putting the puck into the net, because they're the guys that can do some damage. They do have some other players, but really most of their production is coming from their top 2 scorers on that first line. A couple of notes for the Stars in the lineup. Josiah McCray is a healthy scratch. He will not be in the lineup here this evening. Jackson Tillery will be serving the second game of his 2-game suspension. He will be back tomorrow, but not in the lineup this evening. And Jackson Riggs, who was injured in last Sunday's game against Springfield, he is out for 4 to 6 weeks. He is not in the lineup. And coming up from the JV will be Josh Homan. He'll be in the lineup here on one of the wings. So Stars a little bit light on the lineup, but should be okay this evening. Here as we'll just wrapping up the warm-up. We'll be here in a moment for the starting lineups and the opening face-off. You're watching Kansas City Stars High School Hockey. And it's the team's lineup for the announcement of the starting lineups. I'll turn it over to the man on the public address, the one, the only, the incomparable Mr. James Taylor.
Varsity matchup between the winning Rockhurst Hawklets and your Kansas City Stars. And repeat tonight's starting lineups. First for Rockhurst, number 11, Charlie Loop. Number 40, Jack Korntager. Number 16, Connor Cowan. Number 18, Michael Savage. Number 25, Carson Dress. And in goal, number 1, Edward Houlihan. And now it's the starting lineup for your Kansas City Stars. Back forward, number 2, Robert Morgan. Back forward, number 10, Josh Holman. Back center, the man in the middle, number 92, Clayton Ward. On defense, number 38, Brody Jensen. And his defensive partner tonight, number 91, Brody Hicks. And starting between the planks, number 34, Tanner Wright. Many times for our initial anthem.
About to get underway here from the Kansas City Ice Center. It's Mid-America High School Hockey League Varsity action. The Kansas City Stars and the Rockhurst Hawklets. Starting lineup just announced. In goal for the Stars, it'll be Tanner Brace. And between the pipes for the Hawklets, it will be Edward Houlihan. Cowan will take the opening face-off for the Hawklets. He'll line up opposite Seton Swan. And we're underway. It's played into the Star zone off the face-off down in the corner. Hicks will chase it down, backhands up the board. That hit Korntagger stick. He tried to center it right out in front. Now the puck loose. Stars able to get it back out of the zone. We heard a horn go off. I think that's confused some people. Here's Swan with a shot right on. Houlihan with a save. Swan got the rebound, tried to stuff it in. But Houlihan blocked that one. Here's a shot that's blocked in the slot area. Comes to the boards. Back to the point and off the stick of Hicks. And out of the zone, the Stars will have to reset. Korntagger with the steal. Shot right on and he scores. And what looked like a innocent play there, and Rockhurst is on the board first as Korntagger gets the goal just 37 seconds in. Not sure Brace was expecting that, but it looked like the shot went through the 5-hole, and Rockhurst gets the first goal. Korntagger's 7th goal of the year. He leads the team in scoring. Schutzler knocked it back in. Here's puck clear but not out. Now it comes back to center. Backhanded back in by the Stars. Stars wearing their white sweaters with the red breezers, white socks, and the Hawklets with their blue sweaters, blue breezers, blue socks, and white trim. Number 11 with it. Off a stick, picked up by Schutzler at center. Skates around, player carries into the zone. Shot right on, and that'll be gloved and held by Houlihan. Apologies there to Rockhurst for not putting the goal on the board. I did put the shot, but not the goal. It is 1-0. Off the face-off, Schutzler sends it in, deflects to the sides. Reuter skate in, the puck loose in the slot. Schimmel had it, backhanded by number 2. Sanders keeps it in, but it's poked out of the zone. Stars do a good job to prevent a possible odd man rush. Played into the slot area. Reuter gathers it up there and sends it back to center. Tavish banks it off the boards. Schutzler will pick up the puck inside his own zone. Ahead to Grant. Poked out of the zone, so Sanders will have to wait for his team to get on side. Now the Stars making a change. Puck sent wide of the goal down in the corner. Grant on the forecheck. Emily keeps it in, gets it down to Grant. Grant top of the circle, now skates it out near the point. Over to Jensen with a shot right on. Pad save, puck to the corner. Shipped up the boards. Jensen not able to keep it in. He'll chase it back near the red line. Off the boards for Sanders. Backhands it in to the Rockhurst zone. Now played up. Korntagger with it. Korntagger plays it in, and Brace will put the glove down and cover it up. Cowan will take the face-off opposite Swan, the 2 starters in tonight's game. Korntagger had it knocked away by Emily. Puck still in the zone, grabbed there by Swan. Swan skates around a couple of players up the right-hand side. Gets a bump by Cowan into the board. Swan had it and then lost it back to center where Brody Jensen has it. He'll send it in around behind the net. Now the puck takes a funny bounce behind the net. 39 takes a hit along the boards there by, who's that, number 10. Not sure who number 10 is for the Stars. Maybe it's Holman.
Help him.
Back to the point. Jensen, his shot was deflected to the corner. Grabbed there by number 39. Emily doing a nice job. Swan picks up the puck in the corner. Tried to get it back to the point. Korntagger with Emily. Emily comes away with it. Flips it toward the net. Puck ends up in the near side corner. Played up the boards. Now down in the corner, and Swan went down hard into the boards. Morton in there for the Stars. Swan in the corner. Tough angle shot that hit the side of the net. Rockhurst comes away with it up to Korntagger, up the right-hand side. He'll carry it into the Stars zone. Now cuts back to the center of the ice. Pad save made by Brace to the corner. 25 with it there. 25 had it taken away by Gorder. Gorder, long pass up just behind Glendenning. The Stars would have been offside as Glendenning entered the zone ahead of the puck. Chance for the Hawklets, long pass too far, and Hicks will backhand it out of the zone. Spiker chips it off the boards in deep. McTavish and Gorder chase after it. McTavish banks off the boards. Glendenning had a hit of skate, comes down to Gorder. Gorder into the slot area, taken away by Rockhurst, and back the other way they come. Up the left wing side is number 44. Going right out in front, but Gorder was there to swipe it out of danger. Stars not able to clear. Puck still in the zone in the slot area. Off the stick, grabbed there by Gorder. Gorder carries it into the zone. Gorder with a shot from the top of the circle, deflected wide. Spiker down in the corner. Had it knocked off his stick. He's battling with, can't see who that is for the Hawklets. Gorder spun it toward the net, backhand shot. That was Glendenning down in front of the net, and Houlihan able to cover it up. Let's say so far right now, action in both ends of the ice. These two teams played on the opening game of the regular season. The Stars had a 5-1 win. And in that game, similar to this one, the Schimmel had a chance. Puck ends up behind the net. Rockhurst scored early in that first period and led 1-0 at the end of one before the Stars, with 5 unanswered goals in the second and third period, to win it 5-1. Now pass behind is picked up by Reuter. Carson Reuter up the right-hand side. Had it knocked off his stick. Now played ahead and out of the zone. Grant chases after it for the Stars with Blasdell on the forecheck. Now Blasdell backs off. Grant carries it out of the zone, splits a couple of defenders, and then loses the puck. Number 93 not able to control it. Emily shifted ahead back to Grant. Up to Schimmel. Schimmel into the Rockhurst zone. Carries it wide. Now behind the net, looking for a pass. What's on the break behind the net? Throws it right out in front. Knocked away nicely by Rockhurst, and the puck squirts out of the zone. The Stars will have to reset. Reuter with it. Reuter to Grant. He'll backhand it. Try to backhand it in. Sent back down, and Brace will have to put the paddle down and block it as the puck went on goal. Reuter brings it out. Had it knocked away. There's a collision. Somebody lost a mitten. Looks like it was the Rockhurst player. Meanwhile, Swan ahead, took a elbow up high. Here's Homan with it. Shot that's poked to the corner. Homan down in the corner. Homan digging at it. Cycles it down there for Reuter. Centering pass, Homan with a shot and a stick save. Good opportunity for Josh Homan. Hicks banks it off the boards. McTavish picks it up for the Hawklets. Up to Kress. Kress backhands it out of the zone. And it's picked up there by Cowan up the left wing side, trying to get around Hicks. A nice play by Hicks. And Hicks is going to get a penalty here as he upends Cowan. And Rockhurst is going to get the game's first power play. It's going to be Brody Hicks going to the penalty box. 2 minutes for hooking. That penalty comes at the 6:24 mark of the opening period. Rockhurst with the game's first man advantage. Face-off will be to the right of the Stars' goal. It'll be Teven and Spiker. Opposite the draw, Spiker wins it, gets it, shoots one behind the net. He'll swing it around the boards. Kept into the point by Callahan. Here's a shot right on, and that's going to be covered up in the pads by Tanner Brace. Face off this time to the left of the goal. Off the face off, the Stars not able to clear it, still in the zone. Callahan plays it down to the corner. Korntager giving chase, but Jensen's going to get there first for the Stars, up the boards. And shoots, or gets it ahead to Spiker. Here's Spiker getting behind the defender. Spiker gets tied up, wrister. He scores! Boy, Spiker took the pass from Schutzler and beats Houlihan, a short-handed goal with 8:11 to play in the first period. Spiker with the goal. He got behind the defender. The defender actually did a pretty good job, but Spiker able to get a shot off that beats Houlihan, and the Stars have tied it. Sent around behind the net. Threw it, tried to clear it, kept in. Here's the shot, save, rebound right out in front. And Brace able to find it and cover it up. Number 7 on the year for Truett Spiker. Off the face-off, back to McTavish. McTavish at the top of the circle. Things on the forehand, knocked away by Swan, but kept in the zone. Now Swan gets it back. Here's Swan up the left wing side. Got Emily trailing. Oh, and he goes hard in the boards with one of the Hawklets. That was McTavish Gorder with the puck. He gets checked off the puck. And picked up there by Callahan. Up the left wing side into the zone. Now cuts to the center of the ice. Sends a shot that's deflected wide. Kornchager centering pass to number 44 with a chance. Great save by Brace, and the Stars able to send it the length of the ice. Schimmel's going to get there first for the Stars. Schimmel right out front, he scores! Austin Schimmel hustling down, pulled it right out in front of the net, and he beat Houlihan with 7:07 to play in the first period. Another shorthanded goal. The Stars have scored twice on this Rockhurst power play. Number 4 on the year for Schimmel. Here's Grant sending it in off the face-off. Off the board, Schimmel, who just scored the goal back to his own red line, plays it behind. Grabbed there by number 9 for Rockhurst to the Stars line. And the Stars will fire it in with 10 seconds left on the Rockhurst power play. Robinson behind the net for the Hawklets. Pass ahead to number 9. Skates it through center, had it poked off a stick. Now gets it back. That was Steven. Grabbed there by Reuter. Reuter with a nice nifty little move. Carries it into the zone. Penalty's over. Starts back at full strength. Reuter's pass. Here's a chance for Grant. Shot. Lifted wide and off the glass. Reuter has it behind the net. Reuter got checked off the puck. Picked up there by the Hawklets, and they're able to get it out of the zone. And Schussler will retreat back into his own end to grab the puck. Avoids one forecheck. Lays it ahead. That's Spiker. Almost ran into Grant. Now Spiker will carry it into the zone. Avoids one defender. Spiker with a shot. Pad saved by Houlihan. Kept in the zone. Cycled down in the corner behind the net. Spiker will get there first for the Stars. Centering pen. Cleared away from danger momentarily. Down to Schutzler to Sanders off his stick. But Jensen at the point. Played down low by Sanders. Now the puck behind the net. Grant gets there first. Right out front for Spiker. A great save. Kept in at the point. Here's Schutzler with a shot and another save. A couple of nice saves by Houlihan. Certainly the one on Spiker was right out in front of the net. And this is going to be sent the length of the ice and whistled for an icing. When it looked like Rockhurst might have momentum on the power play, the Stars scored twice, shorthanded, to take a 2-1 lead. And really since then, at least for the last couple of minutes, all of the action has been in the Rockhurst end. Spiker on the face-off, plays it back to Gorder. Gorder lost it, now gets it back, then had it taken away. Puck loose, Gorder gets it back again. Gorder around the defender with a shot, he scores! Jimmy Gorder! Gorder gives the Stars a 3-1 lead with 5:14 to play in this first period. Number 10 on the year for Jimmy Gorder. Stars have scored 3 times in the last 2 minutes and 57 seconds. It's take the 3-1 lead. Off the face-off, the puck sent deep into the Stars' end. Jensen up the boards for Morton. Morton chips it ahead. It was Christian sending it back behind the net for the Hawklets. Hicks plays it ahead. Christian down in the corner. Throw it right out in front, but swatted out of danger by Jensen. Kept in by Riccardi. Up the boards, number 44 there takes a hit. Behind the net, Jensen with it. Jensen. Reuter gets the assist. Reuter with the assist on the border goal. Here's a shot. Paddle save to the corner. Morton down there. Threw it right out through the slot area, but that's cleared out of the zone by the Hawklets. Callahan will send it back in for Riccardi. A long pass across to number 19. Tried to get it to Callahan, but Jensen stepped in front of that. Holman on the forecheck for the Stars. But the Hawklets able to get it out of the zone. Hicks picks it up at center, loses it momentarily. Now gets it over to Swan. Spiker, they changed the assist. We'll give it to Spiker instead of Reuter. Holman with it. Holman stick handling through, had it knocked off a stick behind the net. Grabbed there by McTavish. McTavish cycles it around behind the net. Played up for Callahan. Callahan along the boards. Cross-ice pass too far. Brody Hicks back at his own blue line. Hicks to Jensen. Jensen, right wing side into the zone. He's got Sanders cutting toward the net. Plays it behind the goal. Sanders back to Jensen. Jensen to the backhand. Throw it right out in front. Tried to anyways. And a nice defensive play. Kept in at the point by Schimmel. His shot right on, and that'll be gloved and held by Houlihan. Three and a half minutes to play, opening period. Stars with a 3-1 lead. Off the face-off, Sanders had it, chopped it down. Puck still loose in the slot area. Now back to the point. Reuter battling Blasdell. Reuter with a shot, save, rebound, and covered up by Houlihan. Stars now just really taking over control of this game here in the last 5 minutes or so. Really ever since the penalty was called on Hicks. Out the face-off puck to the side of the net. Schimmel overskates it, but Sanders there to Schimmel looking for a pass behind the net to the backhand. Throw it right out in front, and they score! Schimmel threw it out in front. I think it might have been Grant who knocked it in. Let's see, it looked like, yes, it is Oliver, or rather Ben Grant with the goal. The assist to Schimmel. And the Stars have taken a 4-1 lead. Number 5 on the year for Mr. Grant. Out the face-off, here's Korntager with it. Korntager taking it wide. Tough angle shot. Puck right out in front after hit the glove of Brace. Reuter comes away with it. Reuter still with it. Stars get it out of the zone. And they're going to whistle this for an icing against the Stars. And I apologize, they didn't start the clock, so we'll get on getting that fixed. It's 2:47 to play, opening period. Schuessler with it off the face-off, plays it up forward, trying to get it to Glendening. Glendening got knocked into the bench. We got a penalty coming up. Now it comes out to Spiker. Spiker had a puck and Spiker got knocked down as Houlihan covered it up. Big hit on Glendening as he got knocked into the Stars bench. He's still slow to get up, and now he comes out and is back on the ice. We're going to have a penalty coming up to the Hawklets. It's going to be McTavish. And the Stars will go on the Fireball power play for the first time in this game. All Kansas City Stars power play is brought to you by Fireball, the preferred cinnamon whiskey for all Kansas City Stars. High school hockey parents. Interference, the call on McTavish. That penalty at 12:25 of the first period. And while we were watching the penalty, as Glendenning was dusting himself off on the bench, Spiker had a great scoring opportunity, and Houlihan had to make a nice save to keep it 5-1, or keep the score 4-1, and not 5-1 off the face-off. It's played back to the point, but Gorder not there at the time, and he'll play it off across to the Stars reset. Jensen with it. Jensen to Glendenning. Glendenning to Spiker. Spiker regains possession down in the corner for Grant. Grant had it bounce off his stick, and this is going to be fired the length of the ice. Gorder back to get it. Korntager on the, that's number 44 rather, on the forecheck for the Hawklets. Gorder brings it up, carries it through center, still with the puck into the zone, but a nice play. Have the puck knocked off his stick. Now kept in the zone. No, it's not. It's brought back out and in offside. Looked like it might have been in the zone, but it apparently just came out. Offsides against the Stars. The faceoff will come just outside the Hawklet zone. A minute 20 left in the penalty. Minute 55 to play, opening period. Off the face-off, Swan sends it in. Number 16 swings it up the boards, and that'll get out of the zone and back into the Stars' end. Reuter with it. Sets up behind the net just momentarily. Now takes it back behind the goal with Kress on the forecheck. Ahead to Sanders. Sanders over to Schimmel off his skate. And back into the Stars' end. Swan circles in front of his own net. Swan carries it through center into the zone. Had it knocked off his stick, but onto the stick of Schutzler. Schutzler carries it across over to Sanders. Right out front. Puck still loose. And it ends up at the side of the net. Now we get a whistle as the net gets knocked loose. Let's see who had it there, but nice pass by Oliver Sanders to get it right in front of the goal. But a pile of bodies end up knocking the net loose, and that's what drew the whistle. 35 seconds left on the Stars power play. Off the face-off, comes back to the point. Reuter, left point, keeps it and sends it toward the net, looking for a deflection. Hit a couple of sticks. Puck still loose in the slot area. Now behind the net, Swan with it. Swan back to Schussler. A minute to play in the period. Back down to Swan. Tough angle shot that hits Houlihan. The puck underneath his glove, and he'll cover it up with 54 seconds to play in the period. Faceoff will come to the left of the Hawklet goal. Off the face-off, Schutzler with it. Schutzler lays it across to Hicks. Hicks to Gorder. Gorder to Hicks, who blew a tire. Able to keep it in. Spiker with the puck. Spiker looking for a pass to the forehand. He gets knocked down. Puck loose out in front. Penalty's expired, so the Hawklets at full strength. Here's Schutzler with a shot that ends up wide. 30 seconds to play in the period. Gorder with it. Gorder tried to cycle it back down, intercepted by Robinson. He had it taken away by Hicks. Hicks circles it near the face-off circle. Now down low behind the net. Brody Hicks still with it on the forehand. Tried to throw it into the slot area, knocked off his stick there, picked up by the Hawklets. And they're able to get out of the zone. And here's Korntager. Korntager up the left-hand side. Korntager with a shot and save. Rebound. And whoever had it didn't, one of the Hawklets just didn't get much on it. Rolled off the heel of his stick. And the puck of the corner thrown on the net just as the buzzer expires. And now Robinson and Hicks exchanging pleasantries. So the period's over. Our score at the end of one period, the Kansas City Stars 4, the Rockhurst Hawklets 1. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back with the second period. You're watching Kansas City Stars High School Hockey. About to start the second period. It's Mid-America High School Hockey League varsity action between the Kansas City Stars and the Rockhurst Hawklets. Stars with a 4-1 lead. Rockhurst started the scoring just 37 seconds in. Jack Korntager with his 7th of the year with the Stars with 4 unanswered goals in that period. 2 of those on shorthanded as Truett Spiker got the scoring started off, followed by Ashton Schimmel, his 4th of the year, James Gorder with his 10th, and then Ben Grant with his 5th goal of the year with 3:08 to play in that period. Shots on goal in the first period, 20 for the Stars and 10 for the Hawklets. Just waiting for the Hawklets to get lined up, and we'll be underway here in just a few seconds. Seton Swan in the face-off circle for the Stars. It will be Christian for the Hawklets, and the Hawklets control it. Christian with the puck. Sends it into the Stars zone, but played across there and out of the zone by Emily. Loose puck. Morton reached for it, had a stick lifted, but the Stars grab it. Holman with it. Holman right out front of the net. Backhand shot, and a nice save by Houlihan as Holman cut right to the front of the net to the backhand. Jensen with it, kept in the zone by Christian, plays it across, bouncing puck in the slot area. Grabbed there by Jensen, ahead to Morton. Morton trying to come in. Here's a chance for Swan at the side of the net, back to the point to Emily. He'll send it toward the net, high off the glass. Morton with it, overskates it momentarily, now throws it in the slot area. The number 44 there to intercept and back the other way. Comes Callahan up the left wing side, takes a bump by Jensen, still with the puck. Now the puck behind the net, knocked away, and Swan will play it ahead. McTavish keeps it in, throws it toward the net, got a deflection from Callahan. Nice save. And now the puck ends up deflected up over the glass or into the glove of Tanner Brace. Face off in the Star zone to the left of Brace. Teven taking the draw for the Hawklets to the corner. Schuessler putting a body. Teven trying to dig it out. Schimmel in to help out for the Stars. Now the puck squirts away. Teven and Schimmel going to the boards. Stars come away with it ahead to Grant. Up to Schimmel. Schimmel cutting to the front of the net. Schimmel with a shot and a nice save. A battle for the puck in the corner. Schimmel gets knocked down. Stars control it. Grant with it. Grant to Reuter. Reuter, nice little move to the backhand. Skates it down low. Now try to leave it back. Didn't quite get enough on it, but Schuessler steps in. But the Hawklets able to get it out of the zone and back to center. Sanders ahead off a stick. Reuter will get there first for the Stars. Got a couple of Hawklets there. Jones, Reuter had it. Here's Schimmel throwing it right out in front, tried to get it to Grant, just out of his reach. Grant sends it down in the corner for Sanders. Sanders tried to center it, intercepted, and hoists it down the length of the ice, and face-off will come back into the Star zone on the icing call. Face-off, it's Glendenning reaching for it. Puck to the boards. Glendenning gets there first, behind the net. Gorder in the corner. Try to get it back to the point, but it splits the defenseman. Jensen will send it back in as the Stars get back on side. Puck comes up near side. McTavish plays it ahead. Korntager took a hit. Puck ends up back in the corner. McTavish sends it around behind the net for Robinson. Robinson puts on the break, now brings it out far side. Plays it ahead. There's a pass ahead to number 16 off his stick. That's Cowan. Cowan with it in the corner. Goes it behind the net. Number 25 will chase it along the half wall. Jensen there for the Stars. The puck to the corner. And Truett Spiker will pick it up behind his own net. Swings it up the near side boards for Glendenning. Glendenning not able to get it out, kept in by McTavish. He'll send it behind the net. Korntager centering pass. The puck deflects up in the air. And at the side of the net, Brace will put the glove down and cover it up. .11:44 to play, second period. Mid-America High School Hockey League action on a cool Friday night at Kansas City Ice Center. Stars with a 4-1 lead. I want to thank everyone who's watching the live stream on the Kansas City Stars YouTube channel, and if you're watching the replay on the YouTube channel, thank you for watching. Hope you're enjoying tonight's action. Hicks down in the corner. Hicks brings it out near side off the board, try to get it to Morton. Number 11 lays it to the corner where Seton Swan picks it up, skates right in front of his own net, had it poked off his stick right in front of the net, but Jensen was there for the Stars. Ahead to Homan. Homan up to Swan. Swan with Homan cutting toward the net. Swan trying to get to the net. Put! And he looks like he might have got it in underneath the crossbar. The referee has signaled a goal. And Seton Swan has made it 5-1 with 11:09 to play in the second period. And for Seton Swan, his second goal of the year. We'll see who got the assist. Well, it looked like it just got up underneath the crossbar. A nice backhand shot by Swan. I wasn't sure at first. Schussler banks it off the boards for Sanders. He'll chip it into the zone. Schimmel pokes at it. Schimmel comes away with it at the side of the net. Now threw it right out in front. That's cleared out of danger by Blasdell. Back to the point for Schutzler. Chips it ahead, try to get it to Sanders. He's tied up along the boards. Grant's in to help out, but the Hawklets come away, knocked away. Almost got it to McTavish. The Hawklets now able to bring it out. Here's Blasdell skating it in. Just stood up at the blue line and paused just long enough to draw one of his teammates off sides. I didn't catch if there was an assist on the Swan goal. I'll get the scoring trued up here at the intermission. Face off just outside the Star zone, controlled by Rockhurst. Press sends it in around behind the net. Schutzler up the boards for Sanders. Sanders gets it out of the zone for Grant. Grant ahead to Schimmel. Schimmel with a move to the backhand. Has to chase it down. Now plays it back to the point to Emily off his stick. And a race for the puck as Cowan was got ahead of steam, but a good play by Emily to recover and prevent the breakaway. Cowan still with the puck in the zone to the backhand, back around behind the net. Schussler will get there first with Kress on the forecheck. To the corner, Korntager. Try to get it back to the point. Klump keeps it in off a skate and out of the zone and grabbed there by Oliver Sanders. Try to get it ahead for Grant, but he had to stay on side, otherwise he would have caught up to the pass. Now ahead too far for Korntager. Schussler has to wait for the teammates to get back onside. Puck comes back in the Stars' end. Kept in the zone. Schussler got his stick caught in the boards. Press in there digging it out. Schussler tried to soccer it ahead. Puck still in the zone. Now the Stars come away with it. Schutzler gets his twig back and gets it out of the zone ahead to Gorder off his stick. Puck chipped to the corner. Gorder's going to chase it down first for the Stars. Gorder behind the net. Try to stuff it in. Puck ends up at the side of the net. And Houlihan will put the glove down and cover it up. Back to the point. Shot by Hicks is blocked. Played back behind the net. Gorder will keep it in along the board. Here's a one-timer by Spiker. Didn't get much on it. Kept in the zone. Reuter with a shot that's deflected wide. Puck comes along the boards. Reuter keeps it in, plays it down in the corner. Spiker will get there first. Trying to get it back to Reuter. Reuter on the forehand with a shot. Houlihan with a nice save. The puck loose in the slot area. Picked up there by the Hawklets. Out of the zone. Sent the length of the ice. Whistled for icing. Another great scoring opportunity for Karsten Reuter. And a nice save by Edward Houlihan, who's probably going to demand some hazard pay after this one's over. Off the face-off behind the net, McTavish and Homan behind there, over to Morton. Centering pass out in front. Here's a chance for Swan, but he couldn't get a stick on it. Reuter chips it to the corner, tries to chase it down, grabbed there by back to Swan. He'll keep it in the zone. Swan along the blue line. Off the boards for Reuter. Had it knocked off his stick. Swan keeps it in. The puck still in the zone. Now we got a collision. Rockhurst still not able to get it out of the zone. Stars on side. Homan with it. Homan, tough angle shot through it right across the top of the blue paint. He's getting a little bit physical. Homan had it knocked away. Kept in by Reuter. Reuter skates it in. Shot. Blocked out in front. Loose puck in the slot area. Still loose. Here's a shot that's wristed wide. Along the boards. Grabbed there by number 38 for Rockhurst. Morton gloved that one down. Still in the zone. Now the Rockhurst finally gets it out. But a good back check by Swan. And the Stars start back the other way. Kicks ahead to Reuter. Up to Morton. Morton tipped it to the corner. Had it knocked off his stick. And cleared back down the ice. And Blasdell was in about 5 minutes too early on that play. And they're going to bring the face-off all the way back into the Rockhurst end. 7:21 to play, second period. Stars with a 5-1 lead. Off the face-off, it's Robinson with it up the board. Schimmel picks it up there for the Stars. Try to get it back to the point, but poked away by Kress. Kress could control it. Sanders back to get it for the Stars, and Schimmel tried to stay on side with a nice long stretch, but was in just a bit early. Going to bring the face-off outside the Hawklet zone. Right down in front of the Stars bench. Stars bring it in the zone, poked ahead onto the stick of Grant. He goes in the boards. Korndager chips it ahead. Now Cowan up the right wing side. Cowan with Kress. Cowan, top angle shot that's off the glass, kept in by number 39 to the point. Still in the zone, grabbed there by Cowan. Cowan with a shot, and that's gobbled up by Tanner Brace, and no rebound. Brace doing a good job getting across and cutting down the angle and really giving Cowan very little to shoot at. .6:44 to play in the second period. Schutzler off the board. McTavish had it knocked away. Puck comes out of the zone. A race for it. Played ahead too far, back into the Stars end, and Justin Schutzler will grab it there. Up to Reuter. Reuter leaves it for Hicks. Had it poked, or Spiker rather, had it knocked off his stick. Christian plays it up the board. Spiker gets it back and had it taken away by Callahan. Stars would have been offside. Albrando reaching back for it, but Glendenning comes away with it for the Stars. Glendenning into the zone. Glendenning with a shot, and that'll be gloved and held by Houlihan. in the slot area. We got a penalty coming up against the Stars, a delay call. That was right off the face-off. We'll see who this is going to go against. Jimmy Gorder. And it looks like that's going to be a high sticking call. Gorder to the box for 2 minutes. Time of the penalty, 8:56 of the second period. Hawklets on their second power play of the game. And on the Hawklets' first power play, the Stars scored twice. Off the face-off, it's Callahan at the point. Trying to play it across, knocked down by Glendenning. Here's Glendenning with Spiker. Glendenning's pass too far, now the puck right in front of the net, but a good play by Callahan to get there first. He'll swing it up the boards too far, but Krust will pick it up the left wing side, into the zone. That's Cowan cutting to the front of the net. Pass off a stick. A nice play by Reuter to get it out of the zone. Here's Spiker with Reuter. Spiker over to Reuter. Reuter gets around him. What a nice play by Houlihan to come out and cut off the angle. Stars keep it in. Puck ends up down in the corner. Grabbed there by Spiker. Spiker trying to get around the defender. Throws it right out in front. Loose puck. Krust backhands it away. Picked up by number 44. Had it taken away. Here's a shot right on. And that's going to be gloved and held as Houlihan put the trapper down. Now we got a little pushing and shoving between Callahan and Spiker in front of the net, but nothing will come of that. Have a face-off in the Rockhurst end. 1:12 left on the Rockhurst power play. Off the face-off. Here's a shot that went right through the goal crease. Hicks sends it around behind the net. Robinson comes up the corner, grabs it for the Hawklets. Try to get it to McTavish. The pass behind him, and McTavish has plenty of room to gather it up and send it back into the Stars end. Hicks pass too far, but Schimmel takes it off the boards and sends it deep into the Rockhurst end. Behind the net, McTavish off the boards, takes a bump. Hicks stepped in front of that. Here's Hicks with a shot. Save, rebound out in front. And Hicks couldn't get a stick on it. Back the other way comes Rockhurst. Teven lost it. Holman with it. Holman's 2-on-1 with Hicks with the pass off the stick of Hicks. Hicks gets it down in the corner. Comes away with it again. Still with the puck. Back to the point. Now back down to Hicks behind the net. Hicks down in the corner with Robinson. Had it knocked off his stick. The puck still in the Stars end. Now Robinson will bring it out through center. Gets it into the Stars end. Off the boards, and Schimmel backhands it, not out. Kept in by Teven. He'll bounce it toward the net. And now we got a penalty coming up just as the Stars penalty expired. And this is going to go against Rockhurst as we got some pushing and shoving right down in front here. And Holman had his helmet ripped off. Teven looks like he's going to be the guilty party heading to the box for the Hawklets. Roughing the call on Riley Teven. That penalty at the 11:01 mark of the second period. The Stars will go on the fireball power play for the second time in this game. They did not score on their first opportunity. Penalty, the arm went up just as the penalty to Gorder expired. Grant off the face-off back to Jensen. Jensen across to Gorder. Gorder had to bounce off his stick, chips it down low. Picked up there by Kress. Kress not able to clear it, kept in by Gorder. Plays it across for Spiker. Spiker in the high slot. Spiker looks for the room. He scored. Chillin Spiker with his second goal of the game. A power play goal with 3:43 to play in the second period. Number 8 for Truett Spiker. He skated in and wristed it past Houlihan. A power play goal off the face-off. Here's Gorder with it. Gorder gets hit by McTavish. Now played. No, the puck was off the stick. Spiker gets it back. Gorder with the assist on the Spiker goal. Down low to Glendenning, sent around behind the net. In the corner, Gorder waits for it there. Gorder tried to throw it in front, got it to Spiker. Spiker got to get it back to Gorder. Now the puck comes out. Gorder backhands it toward the net. The puck loose in front of the goal. Now kick to the side. And Kress will grab it there for the Hawklets. Up the boards. Cowan had it taken away. Emily tried to center it. Good play by Rockhurst to deny that. That was McTavish who got his stick on it. And the Hawklets get it out of the zone. Schutzler inside his own blue line. Ahead. Glendenning picks up the puck there. Glendenning drops it for Spiker. Spiker circles it near the face-off circle. Now Spiker to the backhand. Spiker comes up. Save made. Nice save by... here's a shot by Schutzler that's blocked, and the Hawklets will get it out of the zone. Spiker almost got the hat trick there, but a nice save by Edward Houlihan. Emily overskates it. Got Cowan on the forecheck. Puck in the zone. Morton's clearing attempts held in. Now the Stars do get it out of the zone. Grabbed there by Morton. He'll carry it in up the right wing side. Carries it down low, throws it behind the net. Swan coming up on the left wing side. Leaves it there for Emily. Emily sends it toward the net, hit the side of the goal. Emily brings it right out in front, and that'll be covered up and held by Houlihan. Emily nearly getting one there. Nice play by Astor Emily. His first shot hit the side of the net and came back out to him. He got it in front of the net, but a save by Houlihan, and can't really say that Houlihan's played poorly here. He's just not getting a lot of help in front of him. He's made some pretty nice saves this evening. Off the face-off, Stars control it back to the point. Hicks sends it down low. Number 23 plays it up the boards. Reuter pinching in from this defensive position. Still with it, had it poked off his stick. Blasdell gets it out of the zone, gets knocked down right in front of the Stars end, and it's played into the Stars end. Hicks behind the net, up to Swan off his stick. Had it knocked away, but grabbed there by Reuter. Up the right wing side. Reuter still with the puck. Gets bumped there by Robinson. Reuter and Robinson going to the boards with Swan there to help out for the Stars. Back to the point. Morton sends it toward the net. Bounced around wide of the goal as it was deflected along the way. Swan gets it back. Swan overskates it. Loose puck. Nice play by Morton to keep it in the zone. Riccardi plays it up the boards. Pinching in from defense was Hicks. Under a minute to play in the period. Played behind the net. Swan with it there. Swan had it knocked off his stick. Played ahead, grabbed there by number 93. He gets knocked down, but he gets it out of the zone. And back to get it for the Stars is Jensen with Blasdell on the forecheck. Jensen skates around a couple of players, gets it into the zone, then gets knocked down. Robinson picks it up for the Hawklets. Robinson, cross-ice pass, too far. That was for Jones. Hicks gets it under 30 seconds to play in the period. Up to Sanders, tipped it ahead to Schimmel. Schimmel over to Grant. Grant fell down, and the Hawklets get it out of the zone off the stick of Hicks. He'll gather it up just inside the blue line. Over to Jensen. Jensen had to poke it ahead. That hit a skate. Cowan picks it up. Cowan with Korntager. Cowan with a shot, and he wristed it over the net. Off the glass. McTavish sends it toward the goal, deflects to the corner. Cowan and Jensen bumping each other. Korntager with it behind the net, and the buzzer will sound, ending the second period. And our score at the end of two periods, the Kansas City Stars 6, the Rockhurst Hawklets 1. We'll take a break. We'll be back here in about 10 minutes for the third period. You're watching Kansas City Stars high school hockey. Teams returning to the ice as we get ready to start the third period of play. It's Mid-America High School Hockey League varsity action between the Kansas City Stars and the Rockhurst Hawklets. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Clarkson Construction, a Midwest leader in delivering innovative solutions for some of the region's largest infrastructure projects. By Global Earthworks and Underground, more than 12 years of mission-critical experience providing expert site utilities, mass excavation, and paving services. And by Crown Realty, family-owned and operated since 1973, the oldest and largest independent real estate firm in the area. We want to thank our sponsors for their support of Kansas City Stars hockey. Well, it's been all Stars, at least for aside from the first few minutes of this game. They have a 6-1 lead. 4 goals in that first period, 2 in the second period. It was Seton Swan picking up his second of the year, and then Truett Spiker, his 8th of the year, second of the game on the power play with 3:43 to play in that second period, and that made it 6-1. Shots on goal in that second period, 14 for the Stars, a 2-period total of 34. 5 for the Hawklets, a 2-period total of 15. No carryover penalties, so we'll start the third period 5-on-5. Stars will have the same forward lineup on the ice that they started with Seton Swan at center, Robert Morton and Josh Homan at the wings. It'll be number 36 in the face-off circle for the Rockhurst Hawklets. And we're underway. Hawklets control it. McTavish just inside his own blue line. Plays it ahead too far, picked up by Emily. Sent ahead to Homan. Homan sends it in and takes a hit by McTavish, but sends it in deep. Riccardi around the boards for Kress, near side corner. Kress chips it ahead. Schussler not able to keep it in. Banked off the boards by Emily. Schussler back to get it for the Stars off a stick. Loose puck picked up by Kress, who sends it into the Stars zone, but Emily quickly gets it back out. Swan at center, flips it high into the air and flipped it onto the Rockhurst bench. And I guess we are going to be in that running clock situation with the 5-goal differential. So anytime a team is leading by 5 or more goals in the third period, we are in a running clock situation. And the only time the clock will stop is on a goal or a penalty. So this will be a fairly quick third period. Banked off the boards. Border over skates it. Christian with it, lost it to the corner. Spiker in the boards, grab there. Now here's the steal out at the side of the net. The puck poked away to the corner. Robinson couldn't get there. Spiker right out front. Here's Glendenning with a shot, and that deflected wide of the goal. Puck ends up in the corner. Glendenning and Robinson. Hawklets come away with it. Callahan along the board, trying to get ahead off the stick of Schutzler. But a good play by Robinson to get it out of the zone. The Stars have to get back on side, and that'll give Christian an opportunity. His pass hit Gorder's skate. Puck ends up behind the net. Gorder chases it around through it. Tried to get it to Spiker, but the pass just out of his reach. Callahan with it. Chips it ahead. Chases it down himself. Up the left wing side. Puts the brakes along the boards. Plays it behind the net. Reuter with it there. Reuter chips it ahead. Bumps into Callahan. The puck ends up behind the goal. Played ahead by Jensen. Long pass up to Glendenning. Glendenning with Reuter cutting toward the net. Waffle board saved by Houlihan. Reuter threw it right through the slot area. Off the board, Schimmel grabs it there for the Stars. Avoids the check by McTavish. Try to center it. Hit the back of the net. Squirts to the corner. Played off the boards. And out of the zone. Here's a chance for Callahan up the right wing side. Callahan tried to get around the defender. A good play by Jensen to check him off the puck. And Schimmel picks it up to the Stars and carries it back in their own. He splits around the defender. Here's a shot, and that'll be saved by Houlihan. Already a couple good scoring opportunities for the Stars here in this third period. Again, a running clock situation, so Stars with a 5-goal advantage. Face off to the left of the Rockhurst goal. Here's Grant with it. Grant trying to get around the defender. Stick handled it maybe one too many times. And the Hawklets come away with it. Cross-ice pass for Kress. Up the left wing side. Kress on the backhand. Being checked there by Hicks. Puck squirts to the corner. Korntager tried to get it out. Deflected away and out of the zone. Here's Sanders with it up the right wing side with Grant. Cutting toward the net. Sanders threw it right out in front. The pass was behind Grant. There's a big collision right behind the play, and we got a whistle. And we're going to have a penalty. And this is going to go against Brody Hicks. A big collision behind the play, and they're going to call Hicks probably for interference. Roughing the call. Penalty at the 3:39 mark of the third period. Third power play opportunity for the Hawklets. Have to face off. Hawklets control it. Keevan with it. Keevan back to Blasdell, but the Stars get it out of the zone, and McTavish will pick it up just inside the blue line. Retreats it back, now plays it across for Robinson. Robinson. Still inside his own zone, lost the puck. Good play by Sanders to keep it in the zone. Nice play by Christian for the Hawklets. Come back and get it, but Sanders still has the puck. Now Christian comes away with it for the Hawklets. Got it ahead to Blasdell. Blasdell has it. Knocked it away, gets it back. Blasdell into the zone. Nifty little move, but then has it poked off his stick. And Sanders will clear but not out. The puck still into the blue line. And Emily will bank it off the boards back to the Rockhurst line. Holman coming in. Holman with a shot, and he lifted it high over the crossbar, and Houlihan snagged it out of the air with the trapper. Josh Holman's looked good in this game. Made a lot of nice plays, moving the puck well, some nice passes. There he got a good shot off, just got a little too much loft on it. At the 10-minute mark of the period, back to Jensen at the point. He'll send it down in the corner for Holman. Holman threw it right out in front, tried to get it to Swan, but the pass just out of his reach. And Korntager will pick it up for the Hawklets, poked off his stick by Schutzler, who sends it back in to the Rockhurst end. 20 seconds left on the Rockhurst penalty. Well, the Hawklets got knocked down here. Swan with it. Back to the point to Jensen. Jensen skates it in. Shot along the ice. Pad save made by Houlihan. Swan with it in the corner. Holman in to help out. Swan comes away with it. Chases it down himself. Still with the puck in the near side corner now. Back to the point. Jensen not able to keep it in. Comes out to Korntager at center over his stick. The penalty's over. Stars back at full strength. Kept in by number 44. Onto the stick of Callahan. He wrists one over the crossbar and off the glass. Robinson chips it to the corner. Schutzler with it behind the net for the Stars. Ahead to Glendenning up the left side. Glendenning plays it in, tried to get it to Gorner. Here's Gorner to the backhand. We got a penalty coming up. And there's the touch, and we're going to have a penalty coming up to the Hawklets. The Stars are going to go on the power play with 8:49 to play in the third period. It's going to be Robinson heading to the box. The time of the penalty, 6:11. Stars will go back on the Fireball power play for the third time in this game. They have converted on one of their previous two attempts. Now one of the Crest came on the ice too late, and the referee's going to send him back to the bench. Off the face-off comes back to Gorder, skates it along the blue line. Holding the call, it's Spiker with it. Spiker looking for the hat trick, has the puck behind the net, still with it on the forehand. Nice stick lift by Spiker to maintain possession. Back to Bruder at the point, someone wide of the goal. Puck comes back to Gorder, right side. Gorder skates it in, top of the circle, wrists one wide of the goal off the glass. Spiker will keep it in. Spiker with a nice little move, cuts it back to the center of the ice. Spiker with another nice move. Spiker with the goal and the hat trick. And the Stars have taken a 7-1 lead with 8:11 to play in the game. Well, Spiker made that one look easy. And for Truett Spiker, his third of the game. His 9th of the year. A power play goal for the Stars. Yeah, this running clock always kind of gets me confused. Here's Glendenning getting over to Spiker. Spiker had to roll off the stick to the corner, try to center it. 39 stepped in front of that. Here's Cowan up the right wing side. Cowan and Emily go down. Puck behind the net. Press with it there. He gets bumped. Now the puck comes right out in front of the goal. Cleared out of danger by the Stars. Emily backhands it but not out. 39 at the point. Sends it toward the net. Stick save. Puck right in front. Played to the corner. Spiker plays out one of the Hawklets along the boards. Stars get it out of the zone. It was off Gorder's stick. Number 39 banks it off the boards back into the Stars' end, and Emily will pick it up there. Emily, long pass, intercepted at center. The Gorder steps in front of a pass for the Stars. Bouncing puck, glove down by Schimmel. Schimmel got knocked off the puck. Clearing attempt, hit some players, but now the Hawklets do get it back out into the Stars' end, and Reuter back to retrieve it to Emily. Emily with a long pass, tried to get it to Schimmel, intercepted by Kristen. Kristen's shot wide of the goal, comes to the side of the net. Emily plays it to the corner. Sanders backhands it up, kept in the zone. Sent toward the net, but Reuter stepped in front of the puck right in front of the net. Kristen with a nice active stick to knock the puck down. Here's a chance for number 10, and that was Robinson taking the pass, but he shot the puck wide. Reuter went into the boards hard. Battle for the puck in the corner. Stars getting a little bit sloppy here late in this game with a 6-goal lead. Now they do get it out of the zone. Bouncing puck. Sanders might have been free if the puck had taken a different bounce, but Grant will carry it in. Runs into Schimmel, who is just trying to stay on side. Now the puck back in the Stars' end. Jensen's long pass up to Sanders. Sanders gets it to Grant. Grant will flip it into the zone. As we're nearing the 5.5-minute mark of the third period. Callahan up the left wing side into the Stars' end. Tried to center it, rolled off the heel of a stick behind the net. Schutzler plays it ahead for Grant. Grant with some open ice. Plays it across for Jensen. Jensen will carry it into the zone. Jensen winds and fires off the glass. It was deflected. McTavish plays the puck ahead out of the zone. And Josh Homan back at his own blue line for the Stars. Homan up to Jensen. Jensen carries it in. He'll send it around behind the net. Swan giving chase there with McTavish. Comes up the boards. A nice play by Homan, but not able to control it. And swatted out of the zone by the Hawklets. Brace will leave it behind the net for Jensen with 2 forecheckers on it. Jensen gets spun around, regains possession. A couple players fall down right down in front of us. Teven comes away with it for the Hawklets. Tough angle shot, went right through the goal crease. McTavish keeps it in far point. Down low to McTeven to Blasdell. Blasdell lost it, and here's Robert Morton coming away with it for the Stars. Morton with a nice move, got checked off the puck by McTavish. Good play by Homan. Homan almost got the puck again. Homan had it, then lost it. Schutzler will keep it in at the point. Schutzler lost the puck. He got 3 Hawklets there. Stars play it back in offside. And now Blasdell with it. 4 minutes to play in the period. We got a penalty coming up. And this is going to go against the Stars. It's going to be Josh Homan going to the box with 3:57 to play. At least I think it's Homan. Homan's standing at the or Or is it? Well, there's two Stars going in. Morton going in, Holman going in. So I'm wondering, do we have a... Not sure why there's two Stars in the box, but it's a Rockhurst power play nonetheless. And the Stars send it the length of the ice. This is going to go in on net. And with Glendenning on the forecheck, Houlihan will put the glove down. See what the call is and why there are two Stars in the bench. I thought it was Holman who got the original call. I'm not sure why Morton's in the box unless there's a misconduct assessed as well. Off the face-off, it's kept in by Emily. His shot was blocked, and back the other way come the Hawklets 4-on-2. Number 44 teed one up and whiffed completely off the boards. It's going to be kept in by Callahan. Callahan with a shot, hit the goalpost, and it deflects in. So Rockhurst has made it 7-2 with 3:04 to play. It looked like Callahan may have gotten the goal. Now there was a misconduct on Holman as well, and Morton was serving the minor. The goal by, I believe, by Callahan. And if it was Callahan, it's his 5th of the year. We'll get the official score here in just a moment. Looked like the shot hit the goalpost and then deflected off the back of Brace and into the net. Spiker chipped it ahead. It's along the boards. Here's Robinson. We got some players tangled up behind the net. That was Korntager getting the goal, so Korntager from Callahan, and for Korntager, his 8th of the year, 2nd of the game. Clock's still running well with 2:38 to play. Looks like I'm a few seconds off. Behind the net, it's Schutzler. Hit the referee and cleared out of the zone by Gorder. They're going to wave the icing off as Spiker gets there. He gets bumped in the boards and grabbed there by Christian. His pass was off a skate. Callahan back for the Hawklets down in the corner. Christian and Spiker, the puck loose. Spiker comes away, right out front. Glendenning with a shot and a save, and then knocked in by Glendenning. So Glendenning's going to get the goal. Weston Glendenning, I believe Spiker will get the assist. And that makes it 8-2. And they're supposed to stop the clock with a goal, but it's been running. Off the face-off, it's battle for the puck in the corner. They're just digging at it. Teven in to help out for the Hawklets. Penalty coming up for the Hawklets. There's the touch. We're down to 1 minute to play. We know we got a penalty coming up to Rockhurst. That penalty comes at the 14-minute mark, and that's going to go against Teven. Well, the Stars will finish this game out on the power play unless they score again. Jensen at the point. Sends it down low for Swan. And back to Schutzler at the point. His shot was deflected. Hit some traffic out in front of the net. Swan battling for it. But banked off the boards and down to the length of the ice by the Hawklets. Brace behind the net will leave it for Schutzler. Schutzler puts on the brakes now, bringing out far side. A long pass up ahead. Pass for Swan was behind him, and now Sticks flying back behind the play as Schutzler plays it ahead to Swan. 25 seconds to play in the game. Schimmel comes away with it for the Stars. Here's Schimmel trying to get over to Swan. The pass behind him. Swan down in the corner over to Sanders. His shot along the ice was blocked. Sanders comes away with it. Sanders to the forehand. 10 seconds to play. Jensen with a puck at the point. Had it knocked away by Korntager. Here's Korntager trying to get free, but a nice back check by Sanders. And along the boards as the buzzer sounds, ending the game. And our final score, the Kansas City Stars 8, the Rockhurst Hawklets 2. The Stars extend their unbeaten streak to 7 games. They're 6-0-1 in that stretch as they get the win here this evening. We'll be back here tomorrow afternoon as the Stars host the St. Joseph Griffins. 4:10 puck drop tomorrow afternoon right here at the Kansas City Ice Center. I want to thank you for watching this evening. Once again, our final score, the Kansas City Stars 8, the Rockhurst Hawklets 2. Thank you for watching Kansas City Stars High School Hockey.